Alrighty, Connor, why do you support Trump?
You know, he has a lot of great policies that I support.
Okay. What policies?
Like actually not like just like policies in general. Like, you know, his dramatic reduction of
Bro, they just the person
border.
Hypno just said bye, Dean will get my money. Okay, later. Like what? Bro, that's so funny, bro. I literally just said I muted you because you were spamming in the chat. That's crazy, bro. All right, go ahead.
The decrease of illegal border crossings, I think it was like 90% when I saw it. Wages have increased. Before the Iran war, gas did decrease substantially.
Okay, but Trump caused gas to go up.
That's my main thing.
But Trump still did
because of
cause
the
gas to
Iran
go
war.
up. Yeah,
But
that's something he started,
that's
right?
with every war.
And he started that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he started the war, and it caused gas prices to go up, not only just here, but all around the world. That destabilized our relationships with countries all around the world. He's threatened our relationships with Canada, right, by calling to annex their country.
No, we're still friendly with Canada, definitely.
But less so than what we are under democratic policy. And there are people boycotting American products in Canada right now because of the Trump administration.
Well, yeah, that's possible. But, you know, the other stuff too. Like the border is the main thing I love about Trump. That is the main reason.
Okay. Alrighty. So can you name a benefit that's had on you personally, his border policy?
It's gave me more job opportunities and less fear to be out in the streets, to be attacked by illegal criminals, you know?
What state do you live in?
Texas.
You know that border cities actually have less crime comparative to the rest of the country?
Oh.
They do. On average, border cities have less crime comparative to the rest of the country. And also, please don't chew in the mic. Just letting you know. Maybe you should eat after you debate people.
I just made a pizza. My bad.
Totally fine. Just letting you know you're in front of like 9,000 people.
Okay, I'm swallowing. I'm done. He has had the least amount of illegal border crossing since the 1960s, you know? And you know, the crimes that these illegals commit are, you know, terrible. I was personally affected by illegal immigrant because they actually ran into my car. And
how do you know that they're undocumented?
Because he didn't. Well, I have multiple reasons, but he didn't speak English. He didn't have any ID because he literally showed me his wallet. And that was really it.
So, you know, someone cannot speak English and not have their wallet on them?
Well, no, he had his wallet.
Or, sorry, not have their identification on them.
But I know a little bit of Spanish. Basically, what he was saying.
You're eating again.
That he wasn't having. Sorry. Oh my God, I forgot. He didn't have any identification.
Okay. Yeah, someone not having identification on them at that point isn't necessarily evidence that they're undocumented.
You can't own a car without identification.
You understand that you can have identification, but just not have it on you?
Yeah,
have you ever left your identification at home?
No, he said he never had an ID ever.
How do you know that they never had an ID?
He told me.
What did he say?
He said, no ID. I don't have it.
That means he doesn't have it with him. That doesn't mean he doesn't have one at all.
What if he's lying, you know?
Okay, he could be lying too, yeah. That's another example. How do you know that they're undocumented?
I kind of just inferred it.
Yeah, so that's not evidence that they're undocumented. That's just an assumption. And even so, you understand that that in terms of undocumented immigrants, that they're multiple times less likely to commit violent crime, drug crime, property crime in the country compared to natural-born U.S. citizens. Did you know that?
Well, yeah, that's because, well, if that's true, which I'll just take your word for it is, but that's because they're undocumented. They can get away with stuff easier.
No, so they're less likely to commit these crimes.
But it can't be like identified, you know?
They can't.
They're not in the databases. They don't have like background checks and stuff.
But there still is an arrest basis. And even so, like there's countless things that you can't find U.S. citizens for right away, but they have to go through an investigation process to identify this.
Okay, so you're saying that wait, what was your statement again? Illegals don't have
undocumented immigrants commit lower rates of violent crime, drug crime, property crime in the country compared to natural-born U.S. citizens. This is a bibliography in my bio. You can check out many different studies.
The natural-born U.S. citizens are they're way more in population.
Yeah, this is per capita, sir.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'd have to see a source on that.
Yeah, look at the bibliography in my bio. I have an entire source document of different pages, of multiple pages of different sources. So it's not
Really?
just one study, it's multiple pages of different studies. If you'd like
Okay.
to go check them out, and they all correspond and say the same thing, that undocumented immigrants are committing less violent crime, drug crime, and property crime per capita compared to natural-born U.S. citizens. That's why there's a bibliography in my bio. I try to provide people these resources. I really recommend that you look at it because it's separated.
Hmm.
It's really easy to find the information. And it's not like I'm just providing you one side of the information. I provide all sides of the information within all of the studies I show.
Yeah, yeah, I
Because
believe
it
you.
was set up by my friend Matt, who's a librarian, who like specializes in this.
Yeah, they're good at like organizing and stuff. Yeah. Okay. I do have one question for you though. Like, is there anything about Trump that you do like support that he's done?
Operation Warp Speed.
What is that?
It was to fast track the development of the vaccines during the pandemic.
Ah. What about second term? Is there nothing?
There was like an AI deepfake thing they tried to go after.
Yeah, I saw they did it in California.
And then I don't know about overall policies other than that. Not much there.
Yeah, but what about the other things like the stock market record highs?
That existed under Biden's administration, and it was growing at a higher rate under Biden's admin.
Well, yeah, maybe it's a higher rate, but it's still no, these are record highs. These are record under this term.
I understand. There were record highs under Biden. What you have to look at is the growth rate. The growth rate was higher when Biden was in office as opposed to Trump.
Oh, that makes sense. Huh. What about oil production? It's increased.
It was the highest point it's ever been of any country in the history of the world under Biden's administration. Along with the fact that they also invested in other types of energy sources, such as renewables, which I think is very important for providing substitutes and reducing costs, and also for the long run in terms of addressing energy needs.
I'm reading right here. It's increased 2.5% the oil production in the United States.
2.1%?
2.5 oil production.
Okay,
Increased.
and what was it under Biden?
I don't. Well, no, it's just like it increased so far 2.5%. Like,
Did you know Biden
more.
signed 50% more permits than Trump?
No.
You can take a look into that as well.
Interesting. Well, I also believe that Trump is, his administration is more hard on criminals.
He's a convicted criminal
Like-
that pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers and called them patriots, who's prevented the release of the Epstein files even though he's legally obligated to release all of the files. How is he harder on criminals if he's literally prevented criminals from being held accountable on so many countless occasions?
Well, like the general of like America, not like the people, because those people were like not really convicted. It was like false charges,
You mean January 6th?
or they were like meaningless.
January 6th, they were
Yeah.
convicted.
Yeah, but like they supported him, so he's allowed to do that.
They supported him, so he's allowed to pardon them even though he's police officers?
Well, they didn't really assault police officers.
They did. They were convicted of doing so. DJ Rodriguez drove a stun gun to the neck of Officer Fanone. Officer Fanone testified to this, and DJ Rodriguez admitted to it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So why does the national murder rates decline so far in our second term?
It was already declining since COVID. That's a trend that pre-existed
Still
Trump.
declining.
Why is it declining in New York City? Why
Less
is it
criminals on the
declined?
street.
Why is it
He's
declined
deporting
more
the
and more?
illegals.
What's up?
He's deporting the illegals. That's why.
No. Deporting undocumented immigrants does not decrease the crime rate.
Why?
Because they proportionally commit a lower crime level than the rest of the population.
Yeah, but even if they commit a lower level, wouldn't deporting them still reduce it?
No. According to the Cato Institute, it doesn't reduce it because of the fact that, again, there's a higher on average crime rate for natural-born U.S. citizens comparative to undocumented immigrants. So if you remove a group of the population that has a lower than average rate of crime, then it's going to increase the crime rate. That's just how averages work.
Really? What about all the government spending that was cut? What do you think about that? That was done at the beginning with like DOGE.
So DOGE cut a bunch of government funding that was necessary and needed, and now we're having a bunch of negative impacts due to it, whether it be screwworm, where we saw multiple cases specifically within Texas, or we can point to the fact that they have undermined USAID funding, which will lead to 14 million additional deaths by 2030, according to a Lancet study. And there's countless other things I can point to as well,
Yeah,
but those are
dude.
just a few things that demonstrate how insane the DOGE cuts were. And we didn't even save money from it. We spent more money on DOGE than we actually saved.
Dude, I'm just gonna admit, bro, you're really good. You changed my mind, bro.
I appreciate
You
it.
actually did.
Well, thank you very much. Keep looking
All right,
into these things. I like you looking into it, and I like your open-mindedness.
Thank you, bro.
Have a great day
See you later.
yourself.